Avalon GloboCare doing some of the most innovative, cutting-edge research in biotechnology right now. And we talked to the CEO, David Jin, a few months ago, and you're talking about all these really interesting technologies you were using to research disease and cures and treatments and so forth. And so I'm looking forward to an update on all that. So gosh, where do we start?
Sure. Good morning, Jane. It's a great pleasure to be back again in NASDAQ Marketplace. And this is absolutely a very exciting time for Avalon GloboCare. So we recently announced our clinical program updates, and I'm very proud and excited to tell you that we are officially a clinical stage leader in immune cellular therapy, as well as in liquid biopsy diagnostics. And so first of all, let me update you with our very exciting immune effector cell therapy, including CAR T. Starting end of this month, we will start the first in human trial of our CD19 CAR T therapy. So this is a revolutionary methodology in treating cancer, especially in B-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia and non-Hodgkin lymphoma. So we will dose the first patient, basically over the next few days, and we are very excited, to enter the clinical stage for this cutting-edge technology of CAR T. And the clinical trial will be in China at the Lu Pei Hospital, which is right now the world's top, CAR T treatment center for leukemia and lymphoma, and very excited to be a clinical partner, with the hospital.
Okay. Now you mentioned that the company is now approved or officially clinical stage.
Yes.
So what does that mean exactly?
So that means, we already finished all the preclinical study as well as validation of this CAR T candidate. And after passing the institution review board of the hospital, so we officially entered first in human trial of this second generation of CAR T.
Okay, so so now you can test the treatment on humans.
Yes, exactly.
So, which I imagine is a major step to be able to do that.
Yes, we are very excited about it, and the clinical trial involves about 20 patients, and we'll let you know, some exciting results in our next interview.
Okay.
So besides, the CAR T therapy, we also, moving very quickly, about our liquid biopsy exosome-based diagnostic programs, especially in the oral cancer area, and we expected to finish the clinical studies in about 200 patients about oral cancer using the exosome marker called MIR185. And then hopefully, early next year, 2020, we should be able to submit, these clinical data to China FDA, for, filing for approval of this.
Now the liquid biopsy, if I remember right, you were able to have like a drop of blood or some kind of bodily fluid and be able to do a diagnosis based on that, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So again, exosomes are a very important component of the liquid biopsy area. So these are tiny vesicles that released from cancer cells, and then it contains very important molecular messages, including DNA, RNA, proteins, peptides, growth factors, cytokines, etc. And we identified these molecular marker called MIR185, which allow us to screen for the transformation into oral cancer at a very early stage. And this is from the saliva, of the patient, and therefore it is non-invasive. And again, we are very excited about, this revolutionary marker instead of, putting a needle into the tissues, which is quite invasive. And we hope that this one can revolutionize, the early diagnostics of oral cancer.
So non-invasive and
Right.
early,
Yes.
so that I'm sure increases the cure rates. Right?
Hopefully,
Okay.
we can diagnose early so that we can have early treatment for this dreadful disease.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So, and finally, I want to talk to you about the integration that you
Yes,
have. So,
yes.
explain to me like how all that works together.
Yes.
The upstream, midstream,
Yes.
downstream.
Avalon is a relatively young company, a little bit more than 2 years, but we actually now are capable to integrate all the verticals, including the upstream research, the midstream in terms of bioproduction, as well as downstream in those clinical studies. We recently, signed a research project agreement with MIT to co-develop novel therapeutic markers using something called the QTY code technology. And so this is a very exciting area, and which increase our capability in the upstream innovative research side. And then we are, in the process of signing, an agreement with GE Healthcare, to build an infrastructure for standardized bioproduction for cellular therapy. So this facility is located in Nanjing, China, and this adds to a lot of weight, to highly standardized and QC/QA production of our immune cell therapy sector. Last but not least, we also, as I just mentioned, entered first in human clinical trials of our first CAR T, and we expect to have more of this kind of clinical studies going on in 2020. And so I'm very excited to see that there's a integration of these, upstream, midstream, and downstream components to accelerate our clinical pipeline.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
please come back and let us know how the
Sure,
CAR T
sure.
tests go.
Definitely.
And because this could be life-changing stuff for people, literally.
Yes.
So, thank you so much, CEO David Jin.
Thank you so
Avalon
much.
GloboCare. Yes.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for coming back, and thank you as well for joining us. We'll be right back.
Sure. Thank you.